Hi folks, this is Miguel from the Embargo Man channel. Well, this video will be interesting because you might just know. If you want to get ready, this is it, man. I mean, you have an event and you have I'm gonna tell you, in any event, doesn't matter if it's basketball, it doesn't matter if it's even baseball or soccer, Japanese fans always clean up their mess at stadiums. Even the Olympics, they clean up their mess at stadiums. But let me tell you why you need to learn from them, all right? So, most likely, I'm telling you this, and this is for Team USA. Of course, Team USA fans, soccer fans, or football is what is called the rest of the world, right? So, if you have seen all the events where Japanese fans, yes, Japanese fans come, what they do is clean up, right? What they do is clean up. I mean, I'm so glad of them. I don't know, for freaking probably date a Japanese girlfriend or something. But hey, first of all, whatever it is, I mean, Super Bowl's coming up, and there's one mascot that I bring back is Woodsy. I mean, too bad Lorenzo Music is dead to play to do the voice of Woodsy the Owl, but in a way, Woodsy needs to come back for Super Bowl commercials. And what it is, and I'll tell you this lesson, even though I might talk about Woodsy in my other video, but let me tell you what it is if you wanted to use comparison, all right? The Super Bowl ad would be of Woodsy and a fan of football, American football, for all you folks out there living outside the United States and Canada. And what would this guy is doing? He has to clean up his mess. Woodsy, on the other hand, or hanging out with Japanese, American football, like fans going all the way to the Super Bowl, flying to the United States, who are fans of American football, and they clean up their mess. And Woodsy say, look at them, they came all the way from out of town. And when he says that they came all the way from out of town, they came 1,000 miles for the big game, and they clean up. Don't be and he says, hey, don't be a he says, and he says, who don't be a don't pollute, who don't pollute, don't be a loot, don't pollute, right? So, and what it is, and he's telling the fan to pick up the trash. And he's doing comparison with Japanese folks in the stadium going to the Super Bowl. Good Super Bowl commercial, that is. But let me tell you what, everything you have to start. Oh, Woodsy, please come back for the Super Bowl ads. And I was talking about Woodsy in another video, but let me tell you the thing about this, about Woodsy appearing in the Super Bowl commercials, and the importance of cleaning up stadiums. And give a hoot, don't pollute. I mean, please give a hoot, don't trash the stadium. That's what Woodsy might say to the fan. But one thing in common is, no matter what, and I would say this, USA fans, I want this country to lead the way on cleaning up stadiums, all right? You have to start, guys, on cleaning up in basketball games, in football games, American football, for the rest of us, telling you about that. And actually, most likely, a PSA in the Super Bowl appearing with Woodsy, and you will learn from a bird. You might learn from a bird going to the stadium. You might learn from a bird in the TV commercial at a stadium. An American fan going to the Super Bowl and for the big game and having a mess, and the bird hanging out with a bunch of Japanese fans, and they tell and explain why they clean up the stadiums in a way that means that you need to learn from what, even from an owl, all right, even from the PSA owl. This is the reason why Woodsy should come back. But in a way, I mean, please, you know, the rest of the world, you know, is following Canada. Of course, Canada, I hope you could do the same. Germany, the Netherlands, probably India, anybody else, show what it is. Copy from Japan. Clean up your mess during the game in the stadium. You know, you could pick up, you know, I might even thinking of going to a basketball game and show myself, and look, I'm gonna clean up, I'm gonna represent the USA before, you know, Japan, before China take us to school, if China don't appear. And for saying about the soccer fans or football, going to Filipino fans also, what it is, if Japan doesn't show up in the 2026 World Cup, you could do the same thing after the game, after the street dogs, or what you call your team, plays, even winning or losing, even if Philippines win or lose against Germany or whatever, you know, just an example, clean up the mess and show that you copy from the Japanese. South Koreans also, don't say that y'all started it first, but in a way, clean up the mess. You don't say that you started first before that, like around, like, for example, in the 1988 Olympics is when you guys were cleaning up before Japan does. No, it means that you show that you clean up the stadiums. And for all you, my beloved people in the USA, Miami Dolphins fans, please. This is what we call it, all American football fans, because we're in football season, all right? So, and the World Cup takes the place, you know, and I'll go tell you, if you're the Dolphins fan, please clean up your mess after the game. Who else is gonna do it? New York. Please, New York, don't be dirty, you know. Have Woodsy as your comrade, you know. Please clean up the mess after the stadium. And probably even in baseball games, all right? I mean, I think the Japanese are the ones that clean up the mess during baseball games. I guess they do. Yes, they do. But for the rest of us, please, please, please. Pirates fans, this is baseball. Please clean up your mess. All right? American football, NFL, you know, football. Okay. Steelers fans, I don't know if you are the ones to clean up the mess after the stadium, after the game in stadium. Okay, I mean, I would love to see that town, black and yellow, stop being litter bugs or being and to be clean bees. I mean, yes, clean bees, bees or like black and yellow insects. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you know, stop. Yeah, like example, the Clean Bee Project, man. Clean bees in the stadium, the clean bees. All right, so I mean, litter bugs versus the clean bees. All right, so that would be awesome. Would have promoted in the NFL or the MLB and every sporting event. But hey, everyone should do their part to clean up, the mess whenever, after every single game, you gotta clean up the mess. I mean, one beautiful YouTuber will say about that, and let me tell you too, this woman right there, start the Clean Bee Project. The Clean Bee Project, it means from your town, that fans, whatever they are Pirates, whatever they are, hockey fans. Oh yeah, hockey fans should do that too. Penguins, yeah, clean bees, man. The clean bees, that means versus litter bugs. Clean bees versus litter bugs, who are picking up the trash, picking up, you know, every Penguins game, Pirates game, or Steelers game. Clean bees, you know, like that's what it is. Clean bees. Believe me, bees are black and yellow insects. So I mean, clean bees is because I'm to save litter bugs. Clean bees, and that's just rhymes with that, clean bees. And to put it all this way, and after all, I'm telling you all of this all over America, especially Miami, that I have picked up a bunch of garbage. I mean, I mean, we're like this town to be a bunch of pigs. I mean, believe me, a bunch of pigs, a bunch of litter bugs. I mean, par de cochinos. I mean, en esta ciudad porque no recogen la basura. Hágalos en el estadio. Do that the same thing. I might do my part of cleaning up the stadiums, probably at a Dolphins game, probably at a Miami Heat game or a Marlins game or whatever, you know. I will do my part, all right? So whatever it is this I'm telling you, this is to prepare for the 2026 World Cup in, I mean, the soccer, football for the rest of the world, what it's called, that you have to follow along. It's going to be hosted in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Who are going to be clean? I mean, it will most certainly, the USA should clean up the stadiums after every single game. I don't want Mexico to kick the USA's ass in the cleaning up the stadiums department. Nor Canada, nor a visiting country if Japan is absent and China kicks your ass in the cleaning up the stadiums department, as I have done in TikTok. TikTok is from China. I mean, it's based in China, but I mean, I bet some of them see, if they would like see my TikTok, and they will, I think they will get it very well. And then before the Chinese show up and take you to school in the cleaning up department, you have to clean up too. Or say, I mean, before our neighbors to the north or our neighbors to the south take us to the school and then cleaning up the stadiums department, right? So whatever it is, I'm telling you why, is because for all of us, you know, I mean, I have to clean up my act, I have to clean up everything. We learn from one of those beautiful Asian cultures that we know. They brought us Godzilla. They brought us a bunch of electronics, home of Sony, home of, you know, of and anime and all these cool stuff and speed trains and whatever, that what is the most beautiful thing about this is that they clean up after every single game. And put it this way, man, put it this way, if I would encourage you and I would say this, if it is the USA on cleaning up, the part of cleaning up the stadiums after every game starts in the NFL games, NBA games, MLB games, and NHL games, and probably MLS games, as MLS might surpass the NFL one day, right? So what it is about cleaning up in every single season and all the games, I mean, all the seasons of, whether it's football, American football for the rest, whether it's basketball, baseball, hockey, and probably soccer, football for the rest, I mean, you might show the lesson of cleaning up after every game, cleaning up the stadium after every game, seem that you're not gonna be like the rest. No, you're gonna show the world that America would say this. It would be a slogan that would be this bird. If this Woodsy owl would be so happy to see every stadium's being clean. It is like that. It is like this. Help keep America looking good. That's the slogan of every commercial with Woodsy. All right, so that's what it is. Bring back Woodsy in the Super Bowl. Learn how to clean up in every stadium. Clean up every stadium after every game, and we all do our part. And we're gonna keep America looking good. And what it is about all this is that once you clean up, once you're not gonna be like the rest. And I hope the rest of the world will do. England, I'm looking at you, England. I'm looking to you, the rest of the UK. I'm looking at you, Ireland, Germany, all of Europe. Which European country would be the cleanest? I mean, the Spaniards, Españoles, the Spaniards, please. I think they might be the cleanest. The English could be the cleanest, the French, and probably the Dutch will follow along, right? Why? Everybody have to take their part, but most likely the one country I want to see hosting this World Cup in 2026 to stop being a bunch of litter bugs would be the USA. Why do I want the USA fans, the host team, to be these fans to clean up? Doesn't matter from every state where it comes from. Doesn't matter if you're from New York, from Beantown, the Steelers town, or whoever it is, somebody cleaning up and stop being a bunch of litter bugs, then you will have the official owl of approval. And what you're gonna show the world to the rest, that you are like differently from the rest. Why? Because this is the reason to represent a country, the largest economy in the world. This country may not be perfect, and nobody's perfect. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna just to say, oh, one country's better than the other and this and that, but we could learn from others how to be clean, right? Clean stadiums people are proud of you. See America cleaning up, then it will be proud that the USA will be #1 in cleaning up. The host team of the FIFA 2026 World Cup to clean up should be the USA, not Mexico, not Canada, but the USA. All right, the USA. And first of all, it will be 48 teams. Clean up before China will kick your ass in cleaning up the mess. Clean up before even the Philippines kick your ass in cleaning up the mess. Clean up before every other country could be a developed country or a developing country to kick your ass in cleaning up. Why? Because if we are one world, we need a show. We need to show this, all right? So that's what it is. To keep America would be great if the rest of our fans, USA soccer fans, clean up their mess after every game. Why? Because I want the USA to be one of these countries to be #1 in cleaning up the mess at stadiums. It all starts at your local town. It all starts after every basketball game. It all starts after every American football game, or every football game as we call it. It starts there. It starts wherever it is. Could be Miami, could be in Pittsburgh, could be in New York, could be in Philadelphia, all right? Even the city of brotherly love will be ones that they're cleaning up. So I want to see this. I want to see the title Clean Bees. I want to see the title. That means that is for Pittsburgh, that you represent black and yellow. You be the title, given out the title to be the Clean Bees. Let's be a clean bee. Don't be a litter bug, right? Because bees are black and yellow, right? So, I mean, the Steel Town would be called Clean Bees, and whichever is the cleanest town in the United States of America, doesn't matter where, who would be the cleanest town in the USA, that means you going to make this country great by cleaning up the mess at stadiums. You clean up the mess at stadiums and you do whatever it is. All right. So that's the reason why I'm making this video. So you've seen that Arab countries, the Middle East, are copying Japan. Other countries are copying Japan. Every other single country when this World Cup, soccer, aka football for the rest of the world, these fans from these countries are copying Japan on cleaning up the mess after every single game. Even though it won't be in soccer matches, but it's going to be in the Olympics, at the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, World Series, World Baseball Classic. Definitely the Japanese are the ones that clean up the mess after every baseball game. Yeah, but hey, either way, yes, the Japanese are the ones that show the world how to clean their mess after the Olympics, FIFA World Cups, FIBA World Cups, and World Baseball Classics, right? So, and for that means that the USA needs to copy Japan on cleaning up their mess after every game at the stadium. Clean up the mess at the stadium after every game. All right. So I would say whoever cleans up, New York, are you ready to clean up the stadiums after every game, after every Yankees game, after every Giants game, after every Rangers game, or Nets or Knicks game, or whatever game you're playing? Philly, are you ready to clean up the mess after every 76ers game, after every Phillies game, after every Eagles game? Yeah, all right. So, and after all, I think Miami, are you ready to clean up the mess after every Dolphins game, after every Heat game, after every Marlins game? Or anybody in Florida also needs to clean up too? I mean, yes. Or Pittsburgh, are you ready to be clean bees? Are you ready to clean up after every Steelers game, after every Pirates game, after every Penguins game? Yeah. Are you ready to clean up the mess at the stadium after every Pirates game, Penguins game, or Steelers game? I would say if one of these towns to show to be the cleanest in the United States, even the Boston Red Sox fans. All right, you know, I mean, there's more mess at Fenway Park than Yankees cleaning up their mess at Yankee Stadium. Are you ready to clean up the mess at Fenway? Are you ready to clean up the mess at the Celtics game, at the Bruins game, and probably basically the messiest place I have ever seen is I'm just talking about just to make sense. I'm just saying because I know what I'm gonna say. You know, I see a bunch of mess, bunch of paper, a bunch of cups on the floor, popcorn on the floor, cans of beer at Fenway. But Yankee Stadium, everybody cleans up at the Yankee Stadium. They pick up the mess, they clean up and everything like that. Yeah, are you ready to clean up Fenway Park to look good to make Fenway Park look good? Are you ready to make after New England Patriots game to clean the Patriots? After every Patriots game, all right? So, after all, what I wanted to do is this. This is my lesson to learn, that don't be like the rest, be above the rest, and go ahead, follow Japan as everybody else follows Japan, and let the US, and then after every single game, every football, NFL, basketball, baseball, MLS, soccer game, football for the rest of the world, and hockey game, if America keeps on cleaning up their mess after every single game, whichever town cleans up first, and whenever after the World Cup being held in 2026 in the United States, that means, yes, they're gonna have some games in Philadelphia. Most likely show up with this. I don't know if the MLS have a team in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That means for you guys, why don't you show up and clean up the mess after, I think it was called Riverhounds or something like that, your MLS team. After every Riverhounds game, you do the cleanup and clean the stadium after every game. Or Steelers, after Steelers game, you clean up the mess after every football game. And Pirates, clean up the mess after every Pirates baseball game. Or Penguins, clean up the mess after every Penguins game. If Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania would be one of the cleanest cities to clean up the mess after every stadium, then show the honors and do yourself a favor. Show yourself with every Steelers, Pirates, or Penguins game that you guys clean up after every game, or after every Riverhounds game, I think that's Pittsburgh's MLS team, clean up the mess at the stadium after every game, then you put yourself a pat in the back and show on TV to the world that your town cleans up the mess after every game at the stadium. That means if America follows Japan, if the USA follows Japan, then USA would be the #1 fans cleaning up after every soccer game, aka football game, when the 2026 FIFA World Cup held here in the United States, along with Canada and Mexico. Yep, I hope that Canada and Mexico follows, and I hope the rest of the world follows, probably parts of Europe, probably Netherlands, probably England, the UK, but most likely, I hope that the USA follows Japan's lead on cleaning up the stadiums after every game. It all starts at an NFL and NBA game, and also from baseball to hockey games and MLS games, until we reach the point on the year 2026 that shows that Team USA fans clean up after every game. Goodbye, peace out, you know, be #1. Remember that. USA should be #1 in cleaning up in stadiums after every game. Remember, you're supposed to be #1. Please give a damn about this country. Please give a hoot about this country, just like Woody. And one thing for all, I hope Woody would help America clean up the mess at the stadiums during the Super Bowl, at a Super Bowl commercial. So see you in the next video. Please subscribe to The Embargo Man and hit the bell button for more notifications. Goodbye, everybody.